have another speed build for you guys. Today I am building a rec center in Myshuno. I think I'm building this where the only like residential lot was in Myshuno. Like, if I don't know the actual name of the lot, but it's like this kind of like lofty, like warehousey type house that used to be in Myshuno, and I just bulldozed it so I could replace it with a rec center. When Growing Together came out, I think I was most excited about the rec center and like the idea of a rec center. And I can say, like, after making this build and actually like playing in the rec center, I feel like it's like one of my favorite type of community lots. Like, if you've watched any of my speed builds I've done previously, like, you would know by now that I really like lots that have multiple different functions, because I really hate sitting through loading screens. Like, I'm not like bashing the Sims 4 or anything, or like I think that we should have open worlds, but I don't know, it's just me. I feel like it's just me personally, and like I have very little patience. And usually, like, by time if I have to sit through a loading screen, it kind of like makes I lose interest in the game, and I kind of don't want to play with it anymore. So it's really important for me that if I'm going to have my Sims go somewhere, that it has to be worthwhile. Like, I need to get, my gameplay, like I need to get my gameplay worth out of going somewhere. It has to be worth it to me. And so I feel like with this rec center, it's definitely worth it, because you can definitely use it for so many different things. You can bring your Sims here. Like, one thing I've noticed about the rec center is that so many different types of Sims come to the rec center. Like, of course, you have like your celebrities coming here, which I don't really care for, but you also have children coming here to play, which is really cool. You have some teenagers that come here. I think I've seen some elders, young adults, adults. I feel like the rec center is definitely like the perfect place to come and have your Sims make friends. And one thing that I've been doing lately in my gameplay is I've kind of like I tend to play with aging or autonomous aging off, because I kind of like to go at my own pace. And I feel like when you have aging on and you're trying to play Sims, you're kind of like, it feels like you're rushing through life, and you're trying to just, make your Sims level up in their career and hurry up and get married so they can have children. So that's why I like to play with aging off, because I like to have, make stories with my Sims. I like to actually have, like, let them have a life. And so it's important to me to have aging off so that they can have friends. And so, like, with this rec center, I feel like this is the perfect place to do that, especially for your children Sims. Like, this is perfect for, if you have an adult Sim that has children, you can, like, they can come here with their children, and you can, like, bond and make friends together. Another thing that I've been using the space for is for club activities. I specifically wanted to make this build for that, because a let's play that I'm going to be doing hopefully pretty soon is a Growing Together let's play. And the child that I will be playing with, I kind of have it in my head that he's going to be joining, almost like, I don't know if they have these anywhere else, but where I live at, they have this thing called the Boys and Girls Club. I know I live in Virginia. I don't know if they have it in other states, but I'm pretty sure that they do. I don't know what they would be called in like any other countries or any other state, but like it's basically like a group, almost like the YMCA too. But again, I don't think that that's in every place or everyone would be familiar with it. But it's kind of like a space where children can go to. It's almost like daycare, but not really, where they can like just do activities and be active, and just have like someone to watch them, and also have almost like a mentor, or someone who can like encourage them to be good people and help them to, I guess, realize what they enjoy. So I feel like this is perfect for like if you want to make a little club where there's like maybe one or two adults in the club, and they're like the counselors or the mentors or whatever, and then you can have like children Sims join also, and then that's how your child Sim can make friends, and they can come here and they can do crafts, they can do game nights, they can do uh I initially wanted to put a basketball court in here, but I couldn't. But there is a swimming pool, so they can do like a swim class or something. But I feel like I wasn't able to put everything that I wanted into the slot, because it is kind of small compared to the lot that the rec center that came with Growing Together is on. I don't know what the specific dimensions of that lot is, but I know it's pretty big, which is why I didn't do my first rec center on that lot because I know how I am. I know how I am with my builds, and sometimes when I see a big lot, I tend to get carried away, and it will literally take me hours because I don't know. Like I don't really consider myself a Sims builder. Even like the way that I do my speed builds, like one thing I've noticed like with other Sims builders, like they actually talk about the build, they actually talk about like the stuff that they're putting in, and I do some of that, but I don't know. I tend not to focus on talking too much about the build and the specific items because honestly, the way that I build is very chaotic. The way that I do my speed builds are very chaotic. Like I don't do a script. I kind of just like look at the video and talk about whatever I want to talk about. But I know that if I had did my first rec center on the bigger lot that's in San Sequoia, I would have taken hours to do because I had so many ideas for a rec center. Like I said, I like my lots to have multiple functions. I like to be able to do so many things on the lot. And one of the things that I definitely wanted to have, well, a few of the things I definitely wanted to have was a game room, a basketball court. I wanted to have a nursery. I also wanted to have, a library or like a study hall type thing. I don't know if I said it. I know I wanted a basketball court, and I know I wanted like a reception hall where you could like throw parties or do like a baby shower or something like that. And I didn't get every single thing that I wanted on my list because like I said, I was kind of limited in the space that I built, but I feel like it's a perfect place for like I feel like this lot is like the perfect thing for San Myshuno because I've said this before in previous videos where like I kind of see like this is in the Spice District, and for me when I'm building in the Spice District I kind of see San Myshuno, especially like in the Spice District, I see it as like a community like type space. Like the community is very tight knit and very, togethery. Like they like to do things together. And so I feel like this like rec center was like to put it here was like the perfect place to put it. I didn't want to put it anywhere else. And in my mind, I kind of see this lot as being like almost like it was like a school in the past and it was like renovated to become a rec center. Like the people in the community came together and they didn't want this place to be bulldozed because they saw that there was potential to have a space for the community. And I feel like they were very focused on like the children, and they wanted the children in the community to have a space where so they weren't like out being menaces to society, and they had a place to come to receive things that they might not be able to afford otherwise. Like they wouldn't be able to afford art classes or whatever, like music lessons. And so like this place, like the community came together to renovate this place, and there's other members in the community who have volunteered to help teach the children these skills, like these I guess in the Sims they would be skills, but whatever their interests are, they can come and learn these things for free because the community came together and made this happen for them. And I don't know, that's kind of like my inspiration for this build. I don't think like I don't know, I see this in a lot of my builds where I am kind of like meshing together the old and the new. I don't know what that is. I don't know because I kind of like I don't know. It might just be me, and like I like old things, but I also like the new. So that's kind of like one thing that is kind of like consistent when it comes to my builds is that you will see a lot of the old and a lot of the new. With this room, this is like our party room. It's kind of smaller than I would have liked it. I do plan in the future to build on the lot that the original rec center came on, which is in Sam Sequoia, so I can like go all out the way that I want it to. But it is kind of small, but I think it is functional because I did play with this lot a little bit, and I think most of the stuff in here is functional. With a lot of the decorations that I put in here, I wanted to use these decorations specifically because I feel like they can be easily changed the way that you want them to. Like if you come here and want to do a baby shower, I feel like you can like change the color themes the way that you want to make it fit like a baby shower theme. If you wanted to do a gender reveal type situation, I feel like the colors can be changed for that. They can also be changed for a birthday party, and I don't know what other kind of parties you would want to. Like if you want to have like a New Year's celebration type thing, I feel like the decorations would be, they can be like easily changed, so you don't have to like buy new decorations. every single time you come here, like you can just, I guess change the swatches on them. And I wanted like tables and stuff, so like you can like either cook while you're here or you can bring plenty of food. And I feel like in my mind my Sims will come here all the time, and I like with the growing together pack, I like we have like, oh yeah, that's another thing that came with that is family reunions. Like you can have family reunions, and that's something that I've kind of like been focusing on recently, is like trying to build bigger families and kind of like playing rotationally with all the different members of the family, because I feel like before, well, I don't know, I guess not before, because I feel like some people have already done this, but like sometimes you have a sim and you kind of like pick a favorite sim and then you play with them and you kind of forget about your family. But like I feel like with growing together, like you can, I don't know, you can, there's more to do with the family, and you can, you don't like forget about them, and you can, I don't know, invite them over and invite them to participate in your current sim's life. And I like the idea of that. Another thing that I've noticed, like the difference between me and other sim speed builders, is that they can like talk about like the packs that they use and like, I don't know, like why they chose to use it. I can't talk about that because, to be completely honest, I don't know. Like when I'm in build and buy mode, I don't look at like the packs that they come with. I just look at it like, do I like this? Like, does it serve like does it serve the kind of like general idea of what I'm trying to accomplish? Like I don't care what pack it came from. I just care if it looks good, if it looks pretty, or if it like draws my attention. And sometimes I forget that certain things in the game exist because of that. And I don't like go into most of my builds, I don't go into it with like a specific idea in mind. Like sometimes I will go on Pinterest and try to get some inspiration, but I definitely go all script. And because like when you're doing like looking at Pinterest for certain things, some things just don't work like in real life, like like when you're trying to translate real life into the Sims. And so like yeah, so I kind of like go off script. And to be completely honest, sometimes I will start with just the front of the build and focus on that until, and then like worry about the back later. And then oftentimes, like I think I did this with this build, I would just do random shapes, like just use the room tool and just do random rooms and work my way with that. And sometimes it can be like a headache, because especially when it comes to like the roofing part, but it's like I will get to the roofing part when I get to it. But honestly, I've been thinking about this lately, and it's like, to be completely honest, like you can be like the most chaotic builder, or you can consider yourself the most trash builder, but if you don't like, you don't want to tell anybody that, like you don't want to admit that you think that your builds are trash, like you don't want to admit to anyone that you think that your builds are less than. Like you have to like own your builds. Like I love this build and I think it's amazing. And yes, I am chaotic, but I don't care. Like I don't have to be like super neat and polished with my builds like that, cuz that's not who I am. But I feel like I don't know, I feel like I don't know, there might be this quote from like an artist, I think, and I think I may be, I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, and I'm too lazy to actually like look it up, but I think it was like Andy Warhol who like became like this world renowned artist. And literally, like I don't know, I feel like he was controversial because I feel like he might have like stole like a lot of ideas from other artists, or like literally like one of his most famous paintings is like a painting of like of Marilyn Monroe, which was taken from like a picture that she had already taken, and all he did was like recolor it and whatever. But he owned up to his art, and because of that, I feel like that is why he is so famous. And I feel like if you think that you're a bad builder, like don't tell anyone that you think you're a bad builder. Like own up to it. Like you can like post your builds, like do whatever you want with your builds, like show off your builds. And as long as you have like confidence in whatever it is that you build, like no one's gonna know, like no one's going to sense that. Or like I don't know, it's like you could like build anything and like people will like it. Like if you like it and if you feel good about it, then other people will also like it and feel good about it. So just build and be chaotic. Like don't try to do what other people do or do what you think that you should be doing. Like just do whatever you feel like doing. I think like at least that's what I try to do. And like as long as I like it, as long as I like playing in it, then that's good enough for me. With this area, I didn't actually plan on having an area like this, but I didn't know what to do with this area. So I just made it into an area where it's like, I don't know, your Sims can come here and just like talk, or they can have like their little meeting. Also, I feel like it's a good space because, like I said, my little party room is a little bit too small. So I feel like this is like an additional space for your Sims if they plan on having like a family reunion, if you want to like meet up and like chit chat or whatever. Like, I don't know, like if I don't know. I feel like if this is also like, I don't know, like there's so many different uses for this. Like I'm thinking about like maybe you have moms who have infants and they just want to come and like talk to their mom friends because they're going crazy from like being on maternity leave and like being stuck in the house, and they just need somewhere to go. Like they don't want to really do anything, but they just need to get out of the house. And I feel like this is like the perfect place for that. Um I wanted to also like include like a lot of gaming stuff. So we have like this little, I think it's called ping pong. I think that's the name of the game right there. We have ping pong right here, and I can just see like my teenagers also coming to the spot. Like maybe they think they're too cool to like do anything else, but they can come here and like talk, or they can come and take turns playing ping pong. Like I said earlier, like I did want to have like a little nursery, but I originally I think I also like before I built this rec center, I think I did build one other rec center, but I didn't like the way that it turned out, so I deleted the footage from that, and I also deleted that build, and I started completely over, and this is like a result of that. But I think when I first restarted this build, um, I did have like a whole nursery, and like I had like the ball pit and everything in there, but I realized that it was just gonna be too much. It was too much space, so eventually I was able to get this little teeny tiny little play area set up here. It isn't exactly what I wanted, but I like this space. I think that it works. I think that this is a perfect place for you to put your toddlers or infants in here, and you can like, I don't know, have your Sims go and do what else, like whatever. Like you can have like like I said earlier, like this is a lot for the community that is ran by the community, and like I don't know, maybe they have like teenager volunteers who come up here and help to watch the toddlers and infants. I do plan on, when I do the bigger rec center, I will have like an actual daycare space, because it's been brought to my attention that there is a daycare mod. And I remember in The Sims 3 that I do have The Sims 3 and I haven't played it before because it's so laggy on my little laptop that is honestly struggling so much. Like you probably can't hear it because I have the microphone away from the laptop, but it's like blowing hot air out and the fan is always on. So I don't know, but I do want to play out and test the Sims 3 mod. I mean, not the Sims 3 mod, the Sims 4 daycare mod. I want to try that out. But yeah, and I that's another thing that I do plan on doing too. With future Let's Plays is bringing back my mods, because for a while I was playing the game like completely vanilla because I had deleted all of my mods because my game just wouldn't work. And then I got bored, and I just like, that's where I've been too. Like I just haven't really been feeling like playing the game lately. I wasn't gonna bring it up at first, but I'm gonna go ahead and say where I have been for the last 2 weeks. I haven't posted, and honestly, it just feels like life like has just been zooming by. Like I feel like I haven't been able to do anything really. I don't know what it is. Like I've just been working, and sometimes when I'm just working and I'm not able to do the things that I actually want to do or work on the things that I actually want to work on, it makes me really, really sad and also so angry, like with the universe. If you haven't noticed by now, like my name, like on YouTube, it's Witch Beezy, but I am a very spiritual person, and yeah, lately I've kind of I've had to like take a step back and like do a lot of inner work, and to like get to the root of why it makes me so angry when I'm not able to create. And honestly, I think the reason for it is because I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of like trying to work at a pace that is in alignment with our how our society is structured, but isn't that like pace isn't working for me. And so I think I said in like the last video that I posted that I was trying to be more consistent with my uploads and upload every Tuesday and Friday, but honestly, that's not that's not in alignment with me. That doesn't work for me. Like I have to be able to create like when I feel like it, when I'm inspired to do so, and I have to like structure my time in a way that works for me. Like I have to be able to go at my own pace, and I have to believe that being able to go at my own pace, it's going to help me move forward in like all areas of my life. Like everything is going to work out for me if I move at a pace for me. Like I feel like, I don't know, I'm going way super off topic, but like I've been thinking about like how my ancestors, like how like instinctively, like it comes natural to me to work hard and to grind and to hustle. And I feel like in order to like break out of that, like I have to slow down. I have to, go slower. I have to, you know do the things that I want to do and not do the things that I think that I have to do. Like it's super important that I don't do that, and that's how I'm supposed to like live. Like me speaking to the universe, I feel like that is how I am supposed to live. And if I allow myself to do so, then I feel like everything is going to work out for me. But yeah, I want to get back into the build. I don't know where that came from, but I feel like if you're going to, subscribe to me, which hopefully you do, then you have to also accept that I have to like encompass like every single part of me. Like I can't like compartmentalize like, this part of me like and divide it from this part of me. So like Sims is a part of me. Like it will always be a part of me. It's always been a part of my life since I was 5. I honestly don't know how I was able to play The Sims when I wasn't even able to read, or I didn't even understand like what I was doing, but I was somehow playing this game. I remember it being really, really hard, but I was able to. Especially starting, I think I started with The Sims 2, and I honestly don't know how I was able to play that game at such a young age. I don't even understand because I played it as an adult, and that game is hard. I'm like, how did I play that? Like I don't understand, but it's always been a part of my life, and it always will be. Just like my spirituality will always be a part of my life. Um, I also paint. I have so many different interests, and like I don't want to like compartmentalize like these things. Like I want to be able to incorporate and share. Like of course, like because this is a Sims channel or my gaming channel, like this will be like the main focus of that channel. But like I feel like with the work that I put in or the videos that I put out, like there will be like little bits and pieces of every single part of me in those videos, and I hope that's something that you're okay with or you can be accepting of. And if not, that's okay. Like I said, I want to be able to believe that I can create what feels good to me and something that I am proud of. And as long as I'm able to do so, then I have to also believe that the universe is looking out for me and will, I don't have to worry. Like, I feel like I don't have to worry about, like, the stuff that's outside of my control. Like, the only thing that is in my control is, creating the builds, creating the videos, editing them. But once I post them and put them out into the world for other people to perceive, like, like, the views, the people who subscribe, none of that is in my control, and I don't want it to be in my control. Like I'm leaving all of that in the universe's hands, and I'm trusting that the people who see these videos are meant to see them, and the people who are meant to subscribe will subscribe, and that the people who do subscribe are in alignment with me and are here for me and the content that I make, of course, and that they enjoy the content that I make, and they enjoy the commentary that I put into this work. Okay, but yeah, that's enough of that. I do want to get back into the build some more. Of course, like at the end, everything, I do have like some videos, clips that so you will be able to like see the build a little bit better. There will also be some pictures that you will see. And I think this build, no, I am definitely sure that this build is already on the gallery. It's been on the gallery for a while. And about the gallery, I also changed my gallery ID name to Whitney CX111. Before I changed it, it was PTVLUVVA, which basically is PTV Lover. And Yeah, that was super duper old. I created that gallery ID number like when I was in middle school, I'm pretty sure. No, it was high school because PTV stands for Pierce the Veil, which is a band that I was super into, and Lava obviously means lover. And the other day when I was telling my son about my gallery ID name, he was like brought it to my attention that that was basically whack. So I was like, yeah, it is whack, and I definitely need to change it ASAP. So I stopped procrastinating and changed it. And when I made that gallery ID, I never imagined that I would be on YouTube posting videos like I'm going so off topic, but it kind of makes me a little bit emotional. But I'm not even like a big YouTuber or anything like that. I only have 35 subscribers at the point of me recording this. But it like the fact that I am uploading and sharing myself for so many people to be able to perceive like the potential that there's so much potential for people like thousands if not millions of people can like see this video. I don't know who's going to see it, but it's like I don't know, like high school Whitney never would have imagined that I would be able to do something like that because future Whitney had so much anxiety and so much self doubt. And I don't know, it's just like it's so crazy like how far I've come. And like I don't know, like I've had that realization before, but like saying out loud it's like wow, I really have come a long way. Even though like other people like who might come to my channel and see like that see that I only have like 35 subscribers and be like, "Oh, you haven't come that far." But it's like I started from zero, and to come go from zero to however many I have right now, it's wild to me. Like it's sometimes hard to wrap my brain around that, and I am so grateful that I did start because when I did start, I was super anxious, and sometimes I am super anxious, and sometimes I don't feel like talking, like at all. Like I don't feel like talking, and like I'll come to my microphone and I come to this build and this video, and then I just start blabbering off out of nowhere. Um, and I don't know, it's just yeah, like I kind of like look back at the past and like from Whitney who started playing The Sims, and she enjoyed playing The Sims for the game, and like it's always been a part of her life, and like she never ever saw in her future that she would be making videos for people to look at and enjoy. Like I remember like before in my old house when I had like very crappy internet and I would just build, and I didn't even like share those builds. I didn't even put them on the gallery. Not that I thought that they weren't good enough. I just never really thought about it. Until like I had like a friend who was like, "Oh my god, your builds are really nice and you should like put them on YouTube." And so that's what I've been doing. And I just also like I think throughout the years I have enjoyed watching other Sims YouTubers. So I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get back into this build. We're almost at the end actually, and the last bit is our little gym area, which isn't super cluttered. Like I don't have a whole lot of gym stuff in here because I don't know, I feel like this basement part is like the like what they put the most money into. Like they brought a lot of new stuff for this little gym area because they wanted it to be a really nice gym area. Like even though it's not like I don't know, there is like this gym that's in like the what is the district with like all the fancy apartments? I can't think. I think it's the financial district, and I feel like that's like the super luxurious gym, but it has all the like the super expensive gym equipment. And I feel like this, like they kind of want to have the vibe that this is a very nice gym, but it's super inexpensive. And I feel like this gym, like I mean not the gym, but like the basement was like super torn down. It was like I don't know, like I feel like the upper part, which is like I said, I think I mentioned it, but this is like a school that was renovated into a rec center. But like the basement, it was like so trash and garbage, and like they completely redid everything for the basement so that it's functional, and you can actually come down here and get a good workout and take care of your body without spending a whole lot of money or like buying a gym membership that you can't necessarily afford. And there also is a pool and a sauna, but you didn't see that bit because I think I did that without recording, because sometimes I do when I'm building that sometimes I do have to kind of like turn off the camera or stop recording for a moment, because sometimes I can be a little like I'm not really sure how I'm going to accomplish this or how I want it to go. And like I do cut out a lot of footage in my builds because sometimes um you can like just see me like going through like different pieces of furniture and trying to figure out what do I want and what works for this build. And I don't know, like let me know down below like if you don't mind seeing me go through all the different items and build by and seeing what works, or if you prefer that I edit my videos in a way where it looks like I know what I'm doing and it looks like I know what I want in my build. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this build. I hope you download it off the gallery, and I hope your Sims enjoy simming in this build. And before I end off this video, I want to leave you with the message that you should be kind to yourself and be more patient with yourself and give yourself more grace, because you are so deserving of it. And no one should be harsh on themselves. Like nobody deserves that type of criticism from their self. And I feel like you should always speak to yourself with from a space of love and kindness and gratitude. And yeah, that's all I'm going to leave you with, and I hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching, especially if you stuck around to the end. And until next time, we will play again later. And also, I'm not going to wait another 2 weeks to upload just because I'm going to be moving at my own pace. That doesn't mean that I'm just not going to upload every 2 weeks. I do plan on uploading more frequently than that. I just needed to take some time to readjust and like realign and like recalibrate myself.